Does that in any way, I mean, it's a tragic incident, of course, but that in any way spotlight the fact that the Golan Heights is occupied Syrian territory, that Majd al-Shams is a Syrian town, that the people that were killed were actually Syrian citizens. Does that spotlight the fact that this occupation, it's time for this occupation to end?
Said, our U.S. policy on the Golan Heights has not changed under this administration. That should be no surprise to you. I will echo what you've heard the Secretary say a number of times, that Golan is very important and vital to Israel's security. And as long as the Assad regime is in power in Syria, as long as Iran and its proxies continue to be present in Syria, as long as militia groups backed by Iran continue to be in Syria, and the Assad regime itself poses a significant security threat to Israel. As a practical matter, the control of the Golan, it remains of real importance to Israel's security.
So you're saying that the designation of the Golan Heights, according to 242 and 338, as occupied territory is contingent on who's leading Syria and who's the ruler of Syria?
What I'm saying is that our policy as it relates to the Golan Heights hasn't changed.
Okay, let me ask you a couple more questions.
Yeah.
The IDF just destroyed a key Rafah water facility. Do you have any comment on that? Are you aware of the report? And do you have any comment on
We have seen those reports, Saeed, and we have been in touch with our partners in Israel and the IDF, or as it relates to seeking out additional information. Over the course of this conflict, you have seen myself, Matt, and others speak clearly about the importance of not targeting civilian infrastructure, things like water, sewage treatment plants, things like that. Of course, such a facility like this one would be inconsistent with that. But again, I don't have any additional information beyond what's out there publicly, and we have sought out additional information as to what happened.
And lastly, the Netanyahu government postponed the evacuation of 150 sick Palestinian wounded children from Gaza because of what happened in Majd al-Shams. Do you think these two issues ought to be tied?
Certainly not. I don't know the circumstances around that, Saeed. I don't know the underlying circumstances. What I can say is that every effort possible should be taken to protect and minimize civilian casualties, including and especially children. But I don't want to just assume that these issues are related or not, Saeed. So we'll see if there's additional information there.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Vedant.
Yeah.
I just want to go back to your answer to Saeed about the Golan Heights.
Yeah.
You mentioned that the Israeli control is a security necessity for Israel as long as Assad and other villains are operating in Syria. But is this a walk back from the recognition of Trump administration of Golan Heights as a sovereign territory of Israel?
Our position on our policy has not changed.
So it is a sovereign territory of Israel.
Our policy as it relates to the Golan Heights has not changed. The Secretary has spoken about this since the beginning of this administration, and we have consistently talked about it in the same way, and our position has not changed.
Okay, and my second question is about the Hezbollah incidents.